Today, we will tackle about the lesson 2 of Module 5 in EduComine entitled Curriculum Evaluation through Learning Assessment. So before we will go to our topic, we will have our learning outcomes or our learning objectives. So at the end of this lesson, the students are able to first identify the levels of learning outcomes using the levels of assessment. Second, explain how a curriculum can be evaluated through the assessment of learning outcomes. And third, interpret the value of assessment in terms of grades assigned. So first, we will have the achieve learning outcomes. So what is achieve learning outcomes? So it is defined in outcomes-based education as a product of what have been intended in the beginning of the learning process. So for example, yung intended learning outcomes natin is to define. So at the end of the lesson, the students can define that topic. So again, achieve learning outcomes is defined in outcomes-based education, or it is a product of what have been intended in the beginning of the learning process. So our country has established the Philippine Qualification Framework, or PQF, as a standard which will be aligned to the Asian Reference Qualification Framework, or ARQF, for the compatibility of the learning outcomes at the different levels of educational ladder. So, um, the PQF, or the diagram, is shown in the screen. So the Philippine educational system is divided into 8 levels. In each level, the learners are expected to achieve specific standards and competencies of the learning outcomes. The 8 levels of complexity of learning outcomes are based on the three domains. First, the knowledge, skills, and values. Second, the application. And the third is the responsibility degree of independence. So let's go to the first, PQF1. Uh, the PQF level 1 will be achieved by the grade 12 students. So the domains first is the knowledge, skills, and values. So the competencies are possess functional knowledge across range of learning areas and technical skills, and chooses career tracks with advanced competencies in communication, scientific, critical, and creative thinking, and use of technology. So second is understanding of right and wrong, one's history and cultural heritage, deep respect of self, of oneself, and others. So these competencies are belong to the knowledge, skills, and values. So let's go to the application. So the competencies that belong to the application is apply functional knowledge, technical skills, and values in academic and real-life situations through sound reasoning, informed decision-making, and judicious use of resources. So, application, from the word application, um, yung, yung skills na nalilearn ng mga students is maa-apply na nila sa real life. Or it is called authentic assessment, which is the students will be exposed in real life scenarios. So application, from the word application, apply, is the skills will be applied to the real life situation. So the third is the degree of independence. So degree of independence, students will apply skills in the varied situation with minimal supervision. So example is kapag yung mga grade 12 students will be having their immersion during their, I think, last semester or the final semester of the school year or the academic year. So they apply their skills in the varied situations with minimal supervision with their um, advisors. So next is the PQF 6 or the baccalaureate degree. So the domains, the competencies that are um, belong to the knowledge, skills, and values, applications, and the responsibility degree of independence is the first, so knowledge, skills, and values is possess broad and coherent knowledge in the field of discipline or profession. So, sa knowledge, skills, and values is hindi lang yung knowledge ang kanilang maa-acquire o ipopossess, kundi apil yung discipline, yung field of discipline. For example, yung mga teachers, di ba? Teachers are called as a model of everybody. So, hindi lang teaching yung nilalaanan nila, kundi kasama lahat. Um, let's go to the application. So, apply knowledge, skills, and values in the professional work. So, again, example is teacher. Yung na yung na-learn nila from the 4 years na pag pupunta nila sa school is maa-apply na nila yung skills and knowledge and values in their professional work. So kapag nandun na sila, nag-teach na sila, kapag nasa field na sila is maa-apply na nila yung knowledge, skills, and values. So third is degree of independence. Work independently, alone, or in teams. So, di ba, makikita naman natin na yung mga teachers is kapag hindi sila nag-iisa, may kasama. For example, yung isang teachers is that's what we call the collaborations of the teachers. So next is the PQF 7 or the Philippine Qualification Framework Level 7, the master's degree. So domain, the competency that are belong to the knowledge, skills, and values is possess broad and deep knowledge in the field of discipline or profession. Application, apply deep knowledge, skills, and values in the professional work and research. Degree of independence is work independently. Kasi nga, master's degree na sila. So, nag-work sila independently pero hindi naman siguro lahat, diba? So, let's have the Philippine Qualification Framework of Level 8. So, doctoral and the postdoctoral degree. So, the domain, knowledge, skills, values. So, generate new knowledge, skills with established values in the discipline or profession. Application, apply in professional work and research as a leader or initiator. Degree of independence, highly independent in work, initiate, and lead. So, doctoral and postdoctoral degree is sila yung nagli-lead na. Sila na yung nag-initiate na ganito yung gagawin natin. Tapos, independent sila. So, they are the leaders. So, let's move on to the second, which matching the competences and outcomes with the PQF by doing a learning assessment. So, the master of the learning outcomes in terms of knowledge, process, understanding, performances are measured in formal education, starting with basic education. The measurement is often referred to as assessment. So, knowledge, process, understanding, performance, or KPUP levels of learning outcomes. So, knowledge, process, understanding, and performance reflect different learning outcomes that are arranged in a hierarchy or complexity. So, uh, learning, ito may table. Learning is yung by level. So, description of learning outcomes. Ang level 1 is knowledge ang description of learning outcomes niya. Knowledge, the factual knowledge, conceptual knowledge, and metacognition. Learning, thinking about thinking. So the guide questions for teachers: what do you want your students to know in terms of facts, concepts, procedure, and multiple thinking? So example is parts of the body. The sky is blue. How to dissect a frog? Describing a typhoon from different views. So level 2, yung level 1 is yung knowledge ng mga bata. So yun, may guide questions for the teachers kung ano ang mga terms na dapat matutunan ng mga estudyante. Hindi lang terms, yung katotohanan, yung concept, yung procedure, kung ano yung mga multiple thinking ng possible na mga malalaman ng mga estudyante. So, the level 2 is the process. Skills that the students use based on facts and information for making meaning and understanding. So, guide question: what do you want your students to do? What with what they know? So, example, identify the parts of the frog's body after dissecting it. So, lagi ito para sa mga science eh. Example, yung parts of the body ng human, 'di ba? May pictures na nakalagay, may label na ito yung head, tapos sa tawag dyan, sa inside the head is my brain, yung my skull, whatever, basta parts of the body. So, next is the understanding, big ideas or concept. Guide questions: what do you want your students to understand? So, example, how the elements of weather interact to produce climate change. So, yung understanding is papasok na sa utak ng mga estudyante yung big ideas, hindi lang yung ito lang yung nalalaman nila. Tama ba? Hanggang dyan lang, kundi malalaman at malalaman nila kung ano pa ang dapat nilang malalaman. For example, hindi lang physical ang makikita nila hindi lang kung ano ang nakita nila sa physical body ng isang tao, hindi lang diyan magtatapos yung understanding ng isang bata, kundi papasok din doon kung ano ang dapat nilang malalaman. For example, is yung organs ng body ng isang tao. So, the fourth one is the level 4, the product and the performance. What products or materials, tangible or performance, oral, visual, reading, etc. as evidence of learning. So, may tatlong guide questions dito. So, can you place in a portfolio of the evidences to show your learning outcomes? Pangalawa is, can you create a one-act play showing the principles of dramatization. And six is present a research report on conversation of indigenous plants. Indigenous plants. So, next is ah, knowledge process understanding or KPU learning outcomes. So knowledge process and understandings are learning outcomes. So students who can show what they have gained knowledge can apply such knowledge and have achieved several meanings and the particular expertise or have achieved the learning outcomes. So yun na, yung estudyante na may knowledge na sila, may nagain na sila na knowledge about, for example, yung students mo is nakagain na about sa topic mong polynomial. And then, maa-apply na niya ay, no, change. Maa-apply na, may knowledge na siya about sa geometric shapes. And then, maa-apply niya yung knowledge niya na ganito yung um, ganito yung mafo-form kapag ang square is lalagyan ng triangle sa baba, sa ibabaw, sa itaas ng square. So, and then, na-achieve na niya yung maraming meanings, hindi lang isa, kundi dalawa hanggang ano, ay two or more meanings on a particular expertise. So, that students have achieved the learning outcomes. So next, we have the types of tests to measure knowledge, process, and understanding. We have two types of tests to measure. So first is objective test, second is subjective test. So what is objective test? Tests that are required only one and one correct answer. It is difficult to construct but easy to check. 1. Pencil and paper test. As the name suggests, the test is written on paper and it requires a pencil to write. So, but however, with the modern times, a pencil and paper test can also be translated to an electronic version, which makes the test paperless. Again, nang dahil sa modern times natin, ngayon, sa modernong panahon, the pencil and paper test can be translated to an electronic version. So, nagiging paperless na. Second is the simple recall. This is the most common tool to measure knowledge. Why? There are varieties of simple recall tests. Fill in the blanks, enumeration, identification, and yun lang. Fill in the blanks, enumeration, identification. Simple recall. Yung, kumbaga, ibalik mo yung question sa ila para ma-recall nila kung ano yung past lessons ninyo. That's it. That's the simple recall. So next is the alternative response test. This is the type of paper and pencil test where two options or choices are provided. For example, true or false, yes or no, correct and incorrect. So true or false, example, the Philippines population has reached 1 million. So, di ba? True or false ang pagpipilian. Dalawang options lang or choices ang binibigay. Next is the multiple choice test. This is the type identified as the most versatile test type because it can measure a variety of a learning outcome. So, uh, it consists of a problem and a list of suggested solution. So, yung iba, sa may yung multiple choices is 3 to 4 choices that will be given. The correct is, ay, yung isa, multiple choice is, items are presented with a stimulus material. Yung iba is distractors or decoys. Kumbaga, pampawala da sa imo kuan kay amo makahuna-huna ko basin amo ini answer or amo ito. Pero ang multiple choice test is isa dagayod ang answer. Amo ini nga unsa objective test. So, let's move on to the matching type test. The most common matching type test is made up of two parallel columns. So, may two na ano sa um, matching type. Yung isa is yung ang matching type test is pre, yung isa is yung ang complete siya, which is ang A, column A and column B is same da sila ng kuan, same da sila ng kumbaga way magsobra way sa magkuwang. Bagayang tanan na questions nga di sa column A is makita mo lahat ng answers doon sa column B. However, ito, yung sinasabi ko is perfect matching type. Yung column A is equal ang naabot sa column B nga answer. Kumbaga, ang answer nga naa sa column A is ang questions nga naa sa column A is makita mo gayud tanan niya di sa column B. Ang imperfect matching type is the number of premises in column A is not equal to the number of responses in column B, or the other way around. Kumbaga, ang sa imperfect is kung dili ang letter B ay ang column A ang magsobra yaon sa column B. Kumbaga, pwede na sila palihon ang mayon siya. So, let's move on to the subjective test. So, learning outcomes that indicate learners' ability to originate and express ideas is difficult to test through objective type of test. So, one example of the subjective test is the essay. Test items allow students freedom of response. Students are free to select, relate, and present ideas in their own words. So, alam naman natin na yung essay is opinionated. It is the answers that will be put in our papers are based on our own opinion. So let's move on to the assessment tools to measure authentic learning performance and products, or KPUP. Level 4 of the learning outcomes in KPUP can be assessed through performance or product. These learning outcomes can best be done through the use of authentic evaluation. Ouch. So performance assessment tools is checklists. First is checklist. It is a tool that consists of a list of qualities that are expected to be observed as present or absent. The presence is to be marked check and the absence is marked X. So example is class record ng mga teachers. Check and X na pag-check out, na pag-present ka, check ka gayud. Pag absent ka sab, mark X ganyan nga ha. So nganhi lisod kita sa rating skills. Rating skills is a tool that uses a skill in a number line as a basis to estimate the numerical value of a performance or a product. The value is easier to score if the points are in whole numbers. The most popular rating scale is called the Likert scale. So example ng rating scale is yung bitaw yung, yung 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kabantay ka mo saan sa research na instrument. Mag-survey. So, di ba? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 is um, strongly disagree. 2 is disagree. 3 is ang agree. I mean, yung sa neutral din. 4 agree. 5 is strongly agree. So, yan yung rating scale. Number. Numerical ang rating scale. So, performance assessment tools is rubric for portfolio. A portfolio is a compilation of the experiences as authentic learning outcomes presented with evidence and reflections. To assess the total learning experiences as presented, wait lang po. So, to assess, tayo? The total learning experiences as presented in a holistic package, an assessment tool called a rubric is utilized. So, as far as I know, rubric is not just for portfolio but kapag yung may performance na, for example, yung demo namin is ginagamitan namin ng rubric. Yung sa grasp namin is ginagamitan din ng rubric na bilong din doon sa rubric is criteria. Kung saan yung content dapat ganun, ganyan, ganan. So, next is levels of assessment for the levels of learning outcomes. Levels of assessment describe levels of learning outcomes which are knowledge, process or skills, understanding, products, or performance. Through DepEd Order 73 series of 2012, levels of learning outcomes are also the levels of assessment. So, ang liliit. Levels of learning outcomes or assessment is level 1 is knowledge. What to test or assess. Who, what, when, how, and why. 4W, 1H. Type of assessment. Pencil and paper or non-pencil and non-paper and pencil. So percentage value in assessment is 15%. So level 2 is process skills, constructed meaning from knowledge. Pencil and paper or non-paper and pencil, 25% the value of the percentage value of the assessment. So level 3 is the understanding, which is what to assess is explanation, the interpretations, the applications, empathy, perspective and self-knowledge, big ideas, principles, and generalization. So paper and pencil, yes, pencil and paper is a type of assessment. The percentage value is 30%. Level 4 is the products or the performance. Transfer of understanding to life situations as products or performance. So, the type of assessment is checklist or rating skill. The percentage value in assessment is the 30%. So, the total of 100%. Placing value to the assessment result from KPUP or the knowledge, the product I may know, the process skills, the understanding and the product or performance. The interval scale of computed four levels learning outcomes are and given level of proficiency description. The interpretation is used for all the learning areas or subject in basic education. Placing value to the assessment result in the new grading system, according to the Order 8 series of 2015. So this is the illustration. The level of the proficiency description is the beginning. Composite score in summative grade in percentage is 74 and below. When you are developing 75 to 79, approaching proficiency is 80 to 84. Proficient 85 to 89%, and advanced is 90 and above. So grades at the end of the quarter or grading period. So on kindergarten, they use checklist, anecdotal records, and portfolios instead of numerical grades, which are based on kindergarten curriculum guides. So but in grades 1 to 12, the following guidelines should be followed. Learners are graded on three components every quarter: written work, performance tasks, and quarterly tests. These components are given specific weights that vary. So, ito na. Yung weighted components for grade 1 to 10. So, grade level is grade 1 to 10. Components is written work, performance task, and quarterly exam. So, AP or ESP, language to yung lang. So, sa written work is 30%, sa performance task is 50%, sa quarterly exam is 20%. When science and science and mathematics, sa written work is 40%, performance test is 40%, and quarterly exam is 40%. Sa MAPE, EPP, PLE is 20 ang written work, performance test is 60%, and quarterly exam is 20%, to the total of 100%. Yan yung weighted components for grades 1 to 10. So all grades are based on the weighted raw scores of learners' summative assessment. Then the minimum grade needed is 60, which means transmuted based on the table is equivalent to 75 in the report card. Note 1. Written work may include item in level 1, knowledge, and level 3, understanding in the KPUP, which is the knowledge, the process skills, the understanding, and the product and or performance. So second is performance may include items in level 2, process skills, and level 4, products and performance of the KPUP. So third is quarterly exam may include of all levels 1 to 4. So how are grades computed at the end of the school year? Ito na. For kindergarten, checklists, anecdotal records, and portfolios are presented to the parents at the quarter at the end at the quarter for discussions. Every quarter is yun. Ipapakita ng teachers yung checklist and anecdotal records and portfolios sa mga parents para sa discussion nila kung saan nagkulang ang bata or ang teachers yung nagkulang. For grades 1 to 10, the average of the quarter grades produced at the end of the year grade. So, yun. From quarter 1, so 1, 2, 3, and 4 is ipapakita ay ma-produce yung average grade niya after the end. The average grade of every students in grades 1 to 10 is produced at the end of the year grade. So, So the second is the general average is computed by dividing the sum of all final grades by the total number of learning areas. Each learning area has equal weight. So, yun. Um, every quarter is my average from, uh, oh yeah, every quarter is my average ng grades which is from yung lahat ng subject ng isang bata. So, yung average ng every quarter will be sum and will be dividing. So, if since for quarter, so ang sum, for example, is 91 lahat, then i-divide mo yun sa 4 is 91 yung average ng bata at the end of the academic year. So, for grade 11 and 12, the average of the quarterly grade produces the semestral grade. So, same sa college, which is kada sem maghatag ng grades. So, the general average is computed by dividing the sum of all semestral final grades by the total number of learning areas. So, yun na. Sa first sem and second sem, i-add yun. I know. Yes. First sem, the midterm and the final will be add. Then, i-add din yun sa second sem, which is equivalent to the third quarter and the fourth quarter of the senior high schools or the high school itself. Then, i-divide yun. Yun yung final grades ng isang bata. So, reporting summative grade by quarter and summative grade at the end of the year. So, this modifies the previous descriptions of the performance in the KPUP. The values and descriptors are reported to parents every quarter and at the end of the year. So, kung nakabantay mo, kada quarter is may homeroom PTA meeting. Kasi doon ipapakita ng mga teachers ang performance ng mga bata sa school para malalaman din ng mga ng mga parents kung nag-aaral ng mabuti yung mga anak nila. So ito, table 4 is the grading skills. So grading skills based on transmitted value is when your grade is below 75, the descriptor is did not meet expectations. Then 75 to 79, fairly satisfactory. 80 to 84 is satisfactory. 85 to 89 is very satisfactory. 90 to 100 is outstanding. That means ako ay na imo grado. Pasado na. So that ends my part. Thank you.